everyone. Welcome to the Scandal After Show here at the Stream.tv. Wow, we saw Olivia take a hoe bath.
Cheers to that.
I'm your host, Jocelyn Polite, and I am joined by my wonderful and beautiful co-host. Over here to my left is Kat Inslee. To my right is Jillian Fleischman, and next to Jillian is Christina Myers.
Cheers to Olivia's hoe
Yes.
bath.
Cheers.
We like that.
To getting a little bit.
Yeah, that was really good. I wasn't expecting that, and it looked interesting. Yeah. Okay, go Olivia. We have so much to talk about tonight. This episode was, again, crazy. It went all over the place, and we're just going to jump right in. But first, we want to let you know to tweet us. Tweet us using the hashtag ScandalAS. Also, right now, join us in the Stream's YouTube chat. There's so much to talk about. Get the conversation going. Join us. This is an interactive show, and we want to have this conversation with you. We have Jillian over here. She's got the YouTube going, so let's work it out. All right,
Comments.
So first of all, where do I begin? How much power does the vice president have? I mean, this vice president is like none other that we've ever seen.
See, now I'm sitting here thinking about, like, the Secret Service is now just working for the VP, and they all walk in and they're like, hey, Fitz, by the way, we control everything. We have spies. So is Joe Biden really running the country, or is Obama? Like, I'm confused. Somebody who works in government, help me out here.
We're going to have to find out more of this, because it totally begs the question of how Andrew got everyone to his side. I think it's very interesting that we saw the most powerful man in the world just totally taken over for a woman.
Yeah.
So it'll be really
By his, pretty boy ex-best friend.
Right.
They used to be besties, right?
I know.
Like,
awkward.
I mean, it was weird to watch it because it was like, isn't this POTUS? I mean, he's supposed to be the one that's in charge, and he's supposed to be in charge of Secret Service. Secret Service is now run by the vice president, in case y'all didn't know.
Yeah, this is a good point, because what kind of power does he have that he's even able to assert that? Like, where are his funds coming from? Yes. Presumably, if he's just paying, Secret Service, like, what incentive do they have to be like, yeah, I want to go to war in West Angola? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, is he in the pocket of some West Angolan drug lord or cartel or something like that? Like, who is the person that's really running this? Like, is it really Andrew, or is Tom kind of pulling some strings from jail? What's going on here?
Ian made that comment when he was with Olivia, and he used the word they or our bosses. So it's Andrew, plus he has to have a backer. He has to have somebody else. He couldn't just put it together.
Papa Pope?
You know what? You brought up a good point, Kat, because you said, is this a plot to kill Fitz? Is this a plot to kill the president? Like,
that's what it seems, though, because he keeps saying, he told Mellie when they were together, he's like, we will be together in the White House, in the Oval Office. So is it a ploy for Fitz to maybe go and talk to the soldiers that are now all dying in West Angola because of the vice president, and then kill Fitz, and then there we go, he's the president now? Like, what? I'm so confused.
I just feel like Andrew felt very much on the back burner for so long. I mean, we didn't even see him much. He's a relatively new character for us in a lot of ways, but now he's like, you did all this to me, I'm standing up to you, I'm going to show you who's boss, really.
But also, is his Helen of Troy Mellie? Because he didn't start doing any of this until Fitz was like, you have to stop sleeping with my wife.
Right.
Like, is he all butthurt because now he can't have sex with the first lady, and so now he's going to go to war?
So it's like the president not only has the power and has the position, but he has the woman as well. So it's like, which is grounds for, historically, war.
And now I'm going to take your woman. You took mine, I'm going to take yours.
You're right.
Exactly.
We can assume that's one of the rules of Scandal. Like, that's the guideline in Shondaland's.
And also, I feel like a lot of Shondaland is really setting people up to fall. So as we were watching this episode, among having a bunch of crazy thoughts, I wish that you guys at home could have seen us watch the show together. I feel like they're setting Andrew up to take a huge fall. Something's going to happen where Andrew's going to end up going away, I think.
I agree with you, and I hope that happens too.
Yeah,
I will go.
As you can see, we are super excited about this episode. Please, tweet us and definitely join YouTube chat, because we are I'm probably talking 400 miles an hour because I'm excited. But the next topic that I want to talk about really is nice boy or great man. What was up with Tom? Tom seems like he's known this whole thing, and when he brought up the Helen of Troy and the launching of 1,000 ships and everying way back when, episodes ago, did Tom know what was going on? Is Tom
he had
in
to.
on this whole thing?
Right.
Well, Tom kind of made it seem like it was a choice between the son or the president, and he chose the son because the president is already, because Fitz is already the one in office, and I mean, I love Tom. We all know how much I love Tom. I think he's a great character. I think the actor is brilliant, and he was so stoic for so long and never got to say anything, and then he's had all these incredible moments. But I think that Tom might be the key to all of this. Like, I really do. I think Tom is the one who actually knows all the little tiny plot points.
Well, and I feel like the B613 connection, we haven't heard anything. And then Tom was from B613. And you could be wondering if Andrew is somehow involved with Papa Pope or what's going on, that there's a B613 connection. If Tom knew, he must be in on something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm feeling a little dense right now, but could it possibly be that he was supposed to assassinate the president and then he chose to
assassinate
that?
the son.
Yeah, like he kind of botched his hit mission.
Maybe, but
I think Papa Pope wouldn't have
yeah,
let
I
him off the
think
hook for
because
that
remember
one,
Papa
though.
Pope
That's
said
true.
like you wanted him to be president. I made him president.
Right.
Like I got him
Okay.
reelected, and it
Yeah.
all
Olivia's-
happened because
whatever
of the son
Olivia
dying.
wanted, he did.
He absolutely got
Even
it.
though she tried to
Which,
kill him.
by the way, did you guys feel that Andrew's speech to Lizzie saying, "Oh, we have to do everything that's right. It has to be for," that totally reminded me of Papa Pope justifying everything that he did just because it was for his daughter and Olivia wanted it, so he made it happen. That totally reminded me of that.
Well, I mean,
Jillian,
like,
you're brilliant.
And then also,
I use
speaking
my
of,
mind sometimes.
Speaking of Andrew, who's really in charge? Because at first I thought, I mean, moving off of Andrew actually and back into Ian, is Ian really in charge here? Because that just begs the question of like, who's operating this whole thing? Because somebody is giving Ian his instructions.
Right.
And I think Olivia even, noticed that and let him know, like, this isn't just you.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like as a viewer, we're supposed to believe it's Andrew as of right now, but that there has to be so much more going on.
Yeah, there has to be, right?
I keep wanting to go, oh, it's some sort of international, like some outside money source, right? Like I hit on like, where is Andrew even funding this, right?
the Queen of England pops up and he's like,
Well, but then I think actually this show is kind of modeled on all the intricacies and it's like a maze where it keeps folding in on itself. So yeah, I mean, B613 has to come back. You know, the dad has to come back. And then in the credits at the end, we saw her mother, right, comment.
Who I can't wait to come back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
wow.
Mama
Yeah,
Pope.
Mama
She's
Pope.
so evil. I'm sorry. I love her. I just can't wait for her to come back.
the highest bidder, she's got to be the highest bidder.
Yeah.
Like she has got so many contacts. Like that's all she's done for her entire life is make money off of
She's a
helping terrorist
terrorist.
groups.
Yeah, exactly.
So if somebody's gonna buy Olivia, might as well be her mom.
Okay,
I mean,
well, hopping up the timeline, because I know that all of us when we were watching, and probably I'm sure you were noticing too, what is the timeline of all of this? Because it's really interesting to see Olivia looking the way that she does, and you know that time has gone by, but has it been days? Has it been weeks? And like how Fitz plays into that. Did he get the information weeks later? Did he get the information days later?
Yeah.
I would love to know what everyone out there thinks, because you guys are really smart Scandal fans. We were talking about this earlier. I just feel like it looked like Olivia had been there for a month. But this episode, the way that everything unfolded, it made it seem like Fitz had that meeting with Andrew, and then it's been 2 or 3 days. But with the way that the last episode, when they kept saying 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, made it seem that she's been there a lot longer than this episode did. So you guys tell us.
Yes,
Write in the
please.
YouTube comments, because I'm watching them now.
We want to know. We want to know.
Yeah.
I just want to comment, not PC, but I definitely like her POW chic look. like not, it's like the POW version of the heroin chic.
I think she
that
looks
wild
good.
hair.
She's like a beautiful disaster.
I'm kind of
loving
happy
the wild
that
hair.
Like I want to know who got Olivia a flat iron at the very end of the episode.
I want to know who got
She's
her.
all up in the plane, like with her
Wait a second,
perfect
can we
hair.
high five on that? Because I was like,
Yes,
who pressed her hair?
Pressed her
Who got
hair.
her those clothes that were so perfectly in line with her style?
They I mean, we know now that they were in Pennsylvania. Like they were close enough to where somebody could have gone to her house and like gotten her stuff.
Her house,
for
they did a
her or
little
something.
shopping.
But like,
Saks
come
Fifth
on, man,
Avenue.
like who got that girl a
Well,
flat
I'm
iron?
going to speak to
gotta
this
know.
from some knowledge, and let me
I think
just
it was
tell
the
you.
Walgreens.
You tell us, girl.
Honestly, well, from a black woman, who did your hair? Because like you're held hostage, and who in the world did they have like on point on the side that pressed your hair?
Right.
Not flat ironed it, pressed it. Like what? Okay, but we're gonna move on from that.
the
before-
keratin treatment.
Just too much. But first, we're going to take a quick commercial break. You can see that we're worked up, and we have way more to talk about, but we'll be right back right after this.
Hey, I'm Tommy Bechtold from the Stream TV, and let me tell you, when it comes to Valentine's Day, I am a total zero. My bad ideas for gifts range from stale chocolates to baby alligators. And let me tell you something about baby alligators. They become full-size alligators, and then you got a zoo problem. So I racked my brain for what would be the perfect Valentine's gift, and the answer the whole time was right under my nose. Kai Move flowers. These things are beautiful. Give them to the person you love the most. There you go, big guy, nice shirt. Happy Valentine's Day. Make Valentine's Day Valentine's Day by clicking below.
Don't forget Valentine's Day, and don't forget your loved one, and make sure she doesn't get kidnapped like Olivia.
Good advice.
Did you hear that, baby? Make sure I don't get kidnapped.
But we want to remind you again, we are super excited about this episode. I know that you are too, and we want to remind you to tweet us using the hashtag ScandalAS and join us on YouTube chat, the Streams YouTube chat, because Jillian over here has it right in her hand, and so she can see everything that's going on.
All of your comments.
We would love to include you. Right, exactly. Okay, moving on. What side, and I want to go directly to you because, you know, this one is just a big question. What side do you really think, and I'm asking Christina this, what side do you think Mellie is really on?
Oh my God.
It's hard.
Mellie, that traitor, you just never know. No, she's all over the place. I mean, I'm maybe misguided trying to help, you know? Like, that's kind of how she always is. Like, we were talking a little earlier, it's like, you know, it's kind of hate love. You're like, Mellie's like that family member that you always, I don't know. You know, she's there and you love her, but there's always issues.
She's the drunk aunt who hits on your boyfriend.
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest. She's the drunk aunt who hits on your boyfriend, and you're like, I love you and your family, so it's okay, but stop.
She always tries, but it ends up kind of backfiring on her a little bit.
Well, I mean, I give her some credit. I mean, I know Mellie is definitely not my favorite, and if any of you, you know, watched from the very beginning of this season, I have always just been like, poor Mellie. But I mean, Fitz was like, I love Olivia, you know, while right in her face. And I know that was so that everyone can see that they're like about to make out, which people already know they're not in love. I mean, let's be honest. But I mean, it was just, I love Olivia. Just to hear that, like
the fact that she called it out, though.
It's just a partnership.
I mean, and they've been together, they've been through so much for so long. It's like, she knows. And like she said, it's not a cheap skirt. So actually, I would like to refine my comment earlier.
Refine away.
That actually, I think Mellie is kind of a character of the heart. Like, I think she has always been, you know, like, she's not so cerebral, she's not calculating. She's actually coming from this very personal place, which is the answer she gave Fitz. It was like, you've got to take action. Like, you love this woman.
Yeah.
Well,
you know?
I think she wanted to justify everything that they've been through, because that's what she said. She's like, this all was for nothing then. I mean, they don't have a great marriage anymore because he was in love with Olivia Pope, and he still is. So it all becomes for nothing if they don't do anything to save her.
Well, she was trying her hardest to like have, you know, a situation and a thing going with Andrew because, my God, your husband's sleeping with somebody else. But that comes to like Andrew talking to Mellie. Remember when he was basically saying, you know, trying to convince her to hop on this wagon of what's going on?
Yep.
And, you know, do you guys feel like Mellie really hopped on this wagon, or was she?
Well, I think
is she still
okay? I love Mellie because you know, like you, I love to hate her. I also feel like I'm wearing a little bit of a Millie dress today.
You are.
You nailed
she
it.
walked in the room,
Like,
was like,
who
"That's
knew?"
my dress." But the moment I remember just so distinctly was Cyrus in I believe it was season 2, when he said, "Just let Millie be Millie."
Right.
Just let her hang herself. Because Millie always does. She ends up, you know, hanging herself, and so I think she's learned her lesson by this point.
Yeah.
And I think that she's on Team Fitz and Olivia now. Like, I really do.
Yeah,
I do, because the thing is, she's the one who asked. She was like, "Aren't you in love with her? Okay, didn't you tell me you're in love with her? Then why aren't you going to war for this woman?" Like,
She got the phones.
Yes!
She got the phones.
I did too.
By
she
the way,
screwed him
just
into
want
a
to
nap.
reiterate, Kat the Oracle, you nailed the dress. Like last week we called you that. You know, like you're just guessing all the time accurately with
Well, who do you
Scandal.
guys
You're
think is
channeling
gonna?
it.
Who do you guys think is actually going to save Olivia? I mean, is it going to be Fitz? Is it going to be Jake? Is it going to be OPA? And by OPA, I mean Huck and Quinn. Like, who is actually going to save her?
throwing down a vote, Mama Pope.
Woo! Okay.
Throwing it down, Mama Pope.
Yeah, I don't know enough information yet. I have to be honest. I feel like it's just so crazy. I want it to be Jake because I am, you know, totally Oleg. but I don't know. I think it's got to be a combination. I love that Mellie kind of stepped up tonight to help them and is part of it. I mean, I think it's an element that she wants to say that she's good enough to be a part of all of them.
Yeah.
But I hope it's Jake, but I do think that Papa Pope is coming back.
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, that's fair. Papa Pope's a good guess. I mean, I just think the saga is longer, right? It's going to last this season. Like, she's not ready to come home to her man yet. So,
Right.
you know, it's going to be some wild cards. Somebody is going to bid that we don't even see coming. I mean, I don't think it's even in we don't know. We don't know them yet.
Now,
It's
this
a new
episode
character.
was different from last episode, and last episode was directed by Tom Verica from How to Get Away with Murder. He's the one that plays Annalise's husband.
Tom.
And Tom, right?
Yeah.
And
May he rest.
He
He
directed it last week, and it was very, I think people said, like Taken, Homeland 24-ish, you know? And so this week, the episode was directed by Debbie Allen. Did we feel something different in structure and pace this week?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, I have to just throw this in there with Mellie. I feel like Mellie also is at this point where she's like, she knows she wouldn't be here without Olivia. So she's got to keep Olivia alive, because the only way that Mellie is going to end up being a kick-ass politician is by Olivia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I think this one had a lot more like, almost like a feminine energy to it.
Okay.
It just had so many more, I don't know how else to say it, but feminine energy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Debbie Allen.
And by the way, I have to say, just sitting here thinking about it, Olivia, the fact that she got out of that prison, maybe she saved herself.
She totally
Like,
did.
maybe she's saving herself, because now, you know, her hair is all done.
Yes.
She's got a good outfit on.
Okay, but we're going to find out what you think, but first we're going to go to a quick break, and we will be right back right after this.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell them, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
All of your favorite after shows are right here on the stream.tv, so make sure that you tune in and check us out every day. Okay, we're going to get to your questions, but first I want to give a big shout out to Scandalites on Facebook. Renee Moore is so awesome on Scandalites on Facebook. She comes up with these theories that are amazing and starts a really great conversation with everyone, so it's a really good idea to hop on over there and get involved in the conversation all week. Also, I want to give some shout outs to, these are Twitter shout outs, to Scandal Fanatics, at Scandal Glamour _02, at Scandal _Red Hot, at Shay on the Beat, and at True Blood Hookah. Thank you for retweeting and having a conversation with us, and let's keep it going. We love you guys. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to our first fan question, and that is from at Judy Smith. Do you think that the VP, being Andrew, will actually release Olivia once he gets what he wants?
No. I think she's out. I think she's out of his jurisdiction now. Like she's too smart. I'm sorry, she's too smart for you, Andrew.
Well, she is out of his jurisdiction now. However, I don't think he had any intention of ever giving her back. I mean, the point is he'll always want something, and now that he knows he's got, you know, the precious jewel.
The Helen of Troy.
Right, on forever.
He doesn't have her anymore, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, well, until you lose her.
Right.
Okay, well, we have another question from at Ashley K. Smalls. Do Huck and Jake know the VP is behind this? They would have tortured him by now.
Ooh, I don't think they know yet, but when they do, oh, I want to see that torture scene.
No, wait, don't they know? Because she brought in the cell phones and said these are the VP's cell phones.
Yes.
But does Huck really know? Because I feel like Huck is off the scales. I mean, we saw what he did to Liz.
To Portia de Rossi. Oh.
So I feel like if he knew that it was specifically the vice president, I don't know if he knows that yet. I feel like he would go for it.
She didn't say that it was Andrews, though, did she? She was just like, here are the cell phones.
I think you hear the vice president's phone.
Did she?
And I think
feel
that
like
meeting with Jake and the president, probably he told him Wouldn't you think that he told him in that?
Oh, yeah,
in
he
that
had to
he
have
probably in Olivia's apartment because the only place they could freely talk. He probably gave him the lowdown.
Well, we want to hear what you have more to say about
Yes.
that, and thank you, Ashley K. Smalls, for that one because that was a great question. And moving on to @Gladiator Mandy, who has a question for us, who writes, "How much does Liz know about the kidnapping? Got a feeling. Does she know more than she's letting on?"
I don't know. I mean, I feel like especially as like a single mother with her daughter's life on the line and the things that Huck already did to her, I think that she's kind of stretched thin. But anyway, but I love Portia de Rossi. Keep doing you, girl.
I'm sure there'll be another opportunity for like a plot twist that involves her. Like she's gonna have an opportunity to maybe redeem herself, and make the right choice. Maybe become a better person.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know because I feel like Andrew was with her and he was with Mellie. So the fact that he didn't tell her, maybe he really is choosing Mellie in a way. She seems a little clueless.
Yeah.
What if one of them becomes pregnant?
Oh God!
I'm just saying.
We're not ready.
Throwing it out there.
Okay, we're gonna move.
No, but these are good points. Betrayal,
Yeah,
all
it
this
is.
stuff. Like if she knows that she's not with the vice president, then what
might become desperate.
incentive does she have to stay with him?
Yep.
What are people
now.
saying on YouTube?
Well, actually, you guys talking about this, a lot of people don't love what Huck did to Lizzie's back tonight. They're
it was
calling it gross. They're saying it was a little bit mean. I want to give a shout out to Chris Hawkins because it's his first time watching, so welcome.
Hey, Chris!
And some people believe Lazy Zelda 333 says OPA will save her.
Okay.
So predictions are coming in, and they liked Portia de Rossi tonight, but they did not like her back.
No, yeah. A lot of people feel like Huck is pretty abusive, and that's been in the past as well. They don't the teeth pulling and the
That
it's
was
a bit
shocking.
much.
Even when those teeth pulling episodes happened, I think I even maybe walked away during that scene. I was like, I can't handle. Whoa! Like Scandal was a scary show that happens in office rooms.
I do have one thing, which is the power of really smart fans about the timeline that we were talking about. Someone did mention the friend of the neighbor who came in and said she had been calling for weeks and she couldn't find her. So that was a good idea of the timeline, that she's been coming back every day to Pope and Associates. So that so good job. I'm gonna Spider Fan 64.
Before we actually wrap up for the evening, I have to say that it was really good to see Marla Gibbs. Hi, Florence from the Jeffersons. It was really good to see you tonight, and I look forward to more next week. But I want to give a few blog and fan site shout outs before we sign off for the night, and that is @ScandalFix, @Scandal_Pics, @SocialMediaMeets, @BlackGirlNerds, @Gladiators Unite. Remember to check them out, and thank you so much for posting our show on your website. They're at gladiatorsunite.com, so definitely get some information on them and the events that they have coming up. It's so weird to end this because I feel like there's so much more to talk about. We want to talk to you all week long about this show. Tweet us questions, comments, thoughts. We want to hear about everything that you're thinking right now. We'll be back here next week. We want to thank you for joining us here on the Scandal After Show at thestream.tv. We will see you next week, Gladiators, and have a wonderful week.
Cheers, Gladiators.
I don't want to be left out.